Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Leap Show, a show where I take you through from start to finish a complete edit of one of my pictures. I also give you that picture so you can download it and edit it at your own pace and create your own version of the final image. In this week's episode, we're going to edit a picture that I took in Barcelona. It's from a cathedral called Sagrada Familia. Hope I'm saying that right. But it's a cathedral that is really fascinating. The architecture, and it's still under construction. I think it started construction in 1882. So if you're in Barcelona, I definitely recommend you go and check out that cathedral. It's truly amazing. You would have never seen anything like it unless you've seen that cathedral. Alright, let's get started with that edit. What I'll be using today is not Lightroom. I'll be using a new software, something called Luminar. It's by a company called Macphun Software. Where Luminar is a complete editing suite, so it's able to open raw files and edit them as you would normally in Lightroom. So it's kind of a complete alternative to Lightroom, except for not having the cataloging and indexing capabilities. So let's get started. Let's edit a photo. So let's start this and load this image up in Luminar. Just going to drag this into it, and that should launch Luminar. Okay, so that's the raw image, just loading up. I have a series of presets as well that I've been creating. These are my own presets. So the way this this software works, Luminar, is they've got a unique approach about setting up panels here on the right hand side. So like Lightroom, you have some standard panels or modules, as they call in Lightroom, which allow you to adjust the general tone of the image. But then you can add other additional modules just to edit this picture, and you have various different modules available: cross processing, color contrast, brightness and contrast adjustments, black and white conversions, high key images, removing of any color cast, and so forth. So soft focus, soft glow, you can just add them on. So you basically build these effects by adding the kind of filter that you want. So at this stage we won't apply anything, so let's just start with a basic edit. Close this, scroll back up to the top. Now just watching the histogram here like I did in the first episode, I'm going to drag this to the right, and then the black ones I'm going to drag this to the left and start to have some black points. They also have something cool here which is called Smart Tone, which is not available in anything like Lightroom. And let's see what Smart Tone does. Right, there you go. It kind of adjusts the contrast and the brightness all together using its own kind of magic recipe. So here the image looks nice and bright. Before it was starting to become a bit dark on this side. That's primarily because the sun was coming in through this side of the cathedral. Looks much better. What I will do is I'll add some contrast to this image. Exposure wise, I think we're good. Highlights, I'm going to still drag it down a little bit. Don't want these not to be too bright, and have some detail there. Saturation wise, I think I will add a little bit of saturation, just a tiny bit, just to emphasize this. Vibrance will again add a little bit more color tones to it. It's kind of a color contrast enhancement. It just enhances those colors without saturating them. So that's where we are at the moment. Let's have a quick look at before and after. That was before, and that's after. You can tell it's already starting to look much better. Clarity, now because it's an architectural shot, I want to add clarity. Clarity always really gives architectural pictures a lot of punch. You can see the difference here, before, after. And the other thing I like about it is the previews and the results are very much instantaneous. As I adjust the slider, the image immediately changes, unlike Lightroom or Camera Raw, where it takes a while for the result to be computed and be shown on the image as a preview. So let's add a bit more structure here as well. We'll leave the vignette till the end. What do I want to add to this? I'm going to add some sharpness. So let's add some sharpness to this image. I'm going to add sharpness, and wow, becomes nice and crisp now. Radius, let's increase the radius a bit as well. And I'm going to mask off, so it's only applying to the edges and so forth. Looks better. Let's go back to the before and after. Wow, huge difference. The other thing I want to add to this one is this glow effect. I think that would look really nice on this. So let's try that. I'm adding the soft glow filter. Let's add it here. And I'm going to increase the amount here. Okay. Looks good, but it's kind of killing the colors a bit. I feel it's kind of muted the colors and the contrast. I can turn it off, see how it's very contrasty here. If I turn the glow on, it starts to become a little bit lighter. So you know what, let's remove this. So I'm just gonna go and delete this filter because I don't want this effect. Go back here. So that was the soft glow. I think there's another one which could work here. Orton effect. Includes kind of glow and focus. So let's see what this does. By increasing the amount. Not too bad. Softness. See here that we have a contrast slider, so it kind of keeps the contrast. And it adds a little bit of glow. Oh yes, let's add a bit more. There we go. Look at this effect now. Before and after. Before, after. I like this result. It's looking really nice. I'm gonna increase the saturation a little bit. Oh no, the yellows become too bright. Maybe just set it to like 2. That's cool. What else we want to do to this image? Let's see. Photo filters. No thank you. Golden hour. Fog. No. Do we want to try some cross processing? Let's see how it looks when we apply some cross processing effects to this image. So first I want to increase the amount so I can start to see what it looks like. So I'm going to drag this out quite a lot. That's the Tokyo effect. Let's try Miami, see what it does. No, a bit too cool for the image. You want something warm. Memphis. That's not too bad. Let's drag this down a bit. Let's try without before and after, with just turning off cross processing to compare. It's subtle, but it looks good. I think I like that. So what am I going to do next? I think that would be it. Let's go back up to the top and add a vignette. Dragging this down, darkening the edges, ensuring the focus is towards the center and not towards the edges of the image. But you see there's some really cool detail here, these artworks. So I'm going to feather it a little bit and then maybe increase the inner brightness a little bit more. Okay, so that's essentially it. I'm happy with this result. Let's take a look before, after. Big difference. So let's look at the before and after with the split screen. That's what it looks like now. That's what it looked like before. So if we have a split screen down the middle, and I can see that this image needs a little bit of cropping because it doesn't look very straight, because I would expect this to be touched in the middle of all of these. So let's try and crop this a little bit. I think that's the crop tool. Yes, so let's just drag this in a little to the edge. Oh no, I am in the wrong tool. Let's do a crop. That's the crop tool, drag this in. You see what I'm trying to do is line up these dots to go through the middle virtually, and here it should be going around here, so I need to rotate this image a tiny little bit and then move it across. Kind of move this across. Yes, that's fine. Apply the crop, and here's the final image. That's the before and after. That's much better. Now you see it's going through the middle of the image, and I'm happy with this final result. So there we go, we're all done. Alright, there you have it. That's the complete edit from start to finish of this picture using Luminar. Hope you found some tips and tricks. If you haven't downloaded this software, I do recommend you download and check it out. It does offer a 30-day trial, so you've got nothing to lose. Try it out. If you like it, you can buy it. If not, then well, you've tried it at least. Anyway, thanks for joining into this second episode of The Leap Show. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.